The following is a DW Ancient Egypt production. Nyuserre was the most prolific builder of his dynasty, having built 3 pyramids for himself and his queens, and a further 3 for his father, mother, and brother, all in the necropolis of Abusir. He built the largest surviving sun temple of the Old Kingdom. Nyuserre also completed the sun temple of Usirkof and the valley temple of Menkauhor in Giza. In doing so, he was the first king since Shepseskef, the last ruler of the 4th dynasty, to pay attention to the Giza necropolis, a move which may have been an attempt to legitimize his rule. There is little evidence for military action during Nyuserre's reign, which was from 2425 to 2422 BC. The Egyptian state continued to maintain trade relations with Byblos on the Levantine coast and to send mining and quarrying expeditions to the Sinai and Lower Nubia. Nyuserre's reign saw the growth of an administration and the effective birth of the nomarchs, provincial governors who, for the first time, were sent to live in the provinces they administered rather than at the pharaoh's court. Little is known about his successor Menkauhor, who ruled from 2422 to 2414 BC. Menkauhor was the last pharaoh to build a sun temple. His successors, Djedkare and Unas, abandoned this practice as the cult of Ra declined at the expense of that of Osiris. Given the paucity of documents relating to Menkauhor's sun temple, it probably functioned for only a short time or was never completed. Menkauhor built a pyramid in North Saqqara, thereby abandoning the royal necropolis of Abusir, where kings of the 5th dynasty had been buried since the reign of Sahure some 80 years earlier. The reason for this choice may be that the Abusir plateau had become overcrowded by the beginning of Menkauhor's reign. The pyramid, known as the Headless Pyramid, is estimated to have been around 160 to 200 feet at the base, so that the edifice would have stood 130 to 160 feet high at the time of its construction, making it one of the smallest royal pyramids of the Old Kingdom. There is evidence that Menkauhor had the time to complete his pyramid, whose small dimensions are thus consistent with his short 8 to 9 years of reign. On the north side lies the entrance to the underground chamber system, which was sealed by 2 granite portcullises, indicating that a burial took place. A broken sarcophagus lid of blue-gray basalt was found in the burial chamber by Cecil Firth during his brief excavations of the pyramid in 1930. The cult of Menkauhor continued into the late 18th to 19th dynasty, most likely due to the location of his pyramid, which stood on the way to the necropolis of the Apis bulls, which later became the Serapeum. Although Menkauhor is well attested by historical sources, few artifacts from his reign have survived. Consequently, he becomes a vague king of the 5th dynasty.